part of our program is utilizing our school research projects and engaging them with real businesses. And so when I first started AMP, I had this really, really cool project. I mean, it was partly the recording studio. So basically what we did was we would come together and we would identify issues in the community, right? One of the issues, one of the students was excited about was he wanted to see the music industry was shifting, and they wanted to create a contract model for musicians that was fair, for musicians, for the managers, and for the distributors. Like for everyone that was involved in the music industry, they wanted to set a new standard. They were like, let's create a model that is what the music industry should be. So what they did was they got together a student who was an engineering student who had to record an album with 3 songs on it. He got together a marketing student from the MELE program, the Music Management and Learning Education program at HPU. And then we also had a business student write a business plan. And between those 3 people, I was the business student writing the business plan. I wrote the business plan for the recording studio based on one of my classes. We were able to turn the business plan and the album concept using our school projects. We had the album and we had the marketing plan for the album. We created all of those at the same time, and we got $10,000 to build a recording studio in $1 million condo, and we got money to actually produce this album. And the album, we created the contract, and all of the artists that were involved in the album were able to get an equal share, including AMP, the organization. So it was like an equal thing. So everyone was selling the CD, and to this day, people are making royalties on that CD. And so that's just off of, 3 school projects, 3 students coming together. The producers, those 2 guys, one of them runs a recording studio. The other guy is a big-time music manager in San Francisco, and I just saw him the other night at Love Fest, and he's doing great. So that's one story. We can go beyond just the art. Now here's the thing, and this goes for all of us, all y'all who are trying to be thought leaders in different areas. We've got to go beyond the norm. We can't just be, just an artist. You've got to also be a copywriter, a content creator, someone who can write. If you can write and design, hired on the spot, because now you're an asset. You're not just a cog in the wheel. Now you're the guy that's like the front end guy. If you can write copy, which is write sales copy, which is writing sales material, and design, that's like the whole front end. That's like all the marketing, right? Basically all of a sudden now, because you can write copy, it's because you're also a marketer. It's because you've also studied marketing. And because you studied marketing also, and design, now you know what good design looks like and why good design works, right? That's when you go from making 60 grand a year slave labor, like 60 hours a week, to making 120 plus and being and delegating to outsourced people, designers, based on little drawings that you throw together on your desk, overlooking the universe in your intergalactic office. And that's really the difference. It's like a year or two of like hard, cool, awesome, interesting research that's really exciting because you're learning a lot and you're going to get paid a ton of money more than you would have. Now the difference between the next level would be to understand entrepreneurship, understand the difference between slave labor, and when I say slave labor, I mean that if you have a job, you're a slave to money. right? If we have jobs, we are slaves to money. But if we are starting a business, we are building equity in ourselves. We're building our idea, and even though it's hard in the beginning, and it's depressing, and it's hard, and it's sad, and it's lonely, and it's really hard and confusing, and we don't know what we're doing, we don't know how to do it, and we gotta Google it, right? Even though we have to go through that process, I'm being a little bit sarcastic, but like, when is it gonna be easy? When is it gonna be easy? It's not, easy is not gonna be when you're 60 years old and you're still working at, Safeway, running, bringing people through. Easy is not going to be when you're 70 and you still got to work because all of a sudden some weird thing happened with Social Security and America is super polluted and water's crazy and shit hits the fan, and we didn't go through that process when we were young and had lots of energy and like had time. We had freaking 30 to 50 to 80 years to figure it out. With our new technology and health and science, we'll probably be living to 120 if you make enough money to afford that because you started your business now, right? So start doing the research. And that's why when I wake up in the morning, audiobook, boom. Every moment that I can gather another piece of information to expand myself opens up a new door of opportunity of understanding. Because I could be walking down the street and see $1 million on the floor, but because I didn't know that it's like, it's only because you researched that little bit that you were able to see that door of opportunity. And what I was getting at a moment ago with the entrepreneurship thing is that if you work, you could be working and you could go to school and get a degree to get a really good job, or you can hit the tipping point of saying, oh, I'm actually willing to, rather than go get a job for $100,000 a year, I'm willing to join this team as the branding, sales, marketing guy. I'm gonna join this team and get equity in this team and watch this thing blow up to becoming a sustainable business that's gonna make millions of dollars. And because I got in at the beginning, I was able to, start building that up, And so that's where we start to see like this tipping point. So it's like, how much knowledge can you gain in your industry? How much can you create in the process? Because if we're just gaining knowledge, we're like, yeah, I know a lot, but what have you done? What have you created? The whole purpose of this video right now, you guys, the whole purpose of this workshop is just so I can get up on a stage and talk, so that I can make a video, so that I can show myself doing, it just ended.
Just died.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect timing, right? The whole purpose of it is just to build content, so that when someone signs up on my website, it's like, hey guys, I want to check out this free video on how to make your passion your profession. Cool, check it out. Hey, do you guys want to learn about how, brand design can help you expand your niche awareness? Check out my 5-minute video. Cool, I'll sign up. Email. People signing up. You had your online. This is a totally different class, and I am going to be doing a class on online branding and marketing, which is a huge component of becoming the leading expert in your niche, building your online presence, starting your blog, creating your book, creating your learning strategy, breaking it down into bite-sized pieces. Each piece becomes a blog post. Over a period of time, you write a book. Over a period of time of writing a blog, you build your audience, who at 3 years later, when your book is finished, will buy your book, right? There's a natural process to this, and this is what we're going to do with Lucky's class. And so I really encourage you guys to either sign up for that, work with me one-on-one. I'd be definitely interested in working with you if that's something you're interested in. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Surround yourself with the dreamers and the doers, the believers and the thinkers. But most of all, surround yourself with those who see the greatness within you, even when you don't see it yourself. thank you guys so much for being here at the workshop this evening. It is an honor to be with you here today. Thank you.